All right, well, we're back, guys. Tornado warning is now over. Post-tornado warning clarity. Kind of like post-nut clarity. Post-tornado warning clarity. We actually had some swirlies pretty close to the house today. Again, thankfully, we're okay where we're at. But, yeah, man, I think Maryland has become the new tornado alley because we've had a lot of close scares this year so far. Thankfully, I'm a huge weather nerd, and I can kind of like understand what I'm looking at when it comes to radar. But yeah, it's crazy around here lately, man. So anyway, so I decided to do a different flight than the flight we were doing before. We are going to be nerding out all over this Jazz airline flight here. Let me pull up the actual flight. So here's the flight in real life. Toronto City to Boston. About an hour and a half in the Here's our planned route. About 433 miles. Yeah, man. And that's about it, my friends. Let's get this airplane juiced up. Let's get it fired up. We're sitting at gate 10, or we're getting ready to be sitting at gate 10. And hopefully we'll be able to complete this flight, not like the last flight. While we're waiting for the airplane to load up, let's play our intro, shall we? Hold on one second, please. Yes, sir. All right, good enough. All right, let's load into this airplane. So I got real world weather turned on. We have real world time turned on as well. Let's make sure we are at gate 10 here. Yep, gate 10. All right. Again, we're going to be using the ATC from the game. I want to give that another try. That was really good yesterday on that flight we did. I mean, that was pretty impressive how it vectored us, and that was pretty cool. That was good. Our cruising entertainment today is going to be Lyle's TV. If you're not familiar with Lyle's TV, I don't really know what he does actually, but I like the videos he makes of Daryl Brooks. If you're not familiar with Daryl Brooks, he's the idiot that ran over like 70 people at the Waukesha Christmas Parade, killing 6 of them. Yeah, so we're gonna watch. I just like the way Lyle breaks it down. He's just, it's fun. If you haven't seen him, there's that, and there's these really funny shorts that I've been watching on YouTube lately, where it's this little Chihuahua that wears these like really like scary masks, and it like scares the animals, like the other animals that are around it. I don't know if it's AI or not, but man, it is. A lot of them are pretty funny. Like the way the cats react and the dogs and all that. It's just this little Chihuahua coming in, and it's got like these ghoulish masks. And I tell you what, let me see if I can pull up one of those videos real quick before we do anything here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get one of those pulled up real quick. I mean, I should be able to get it pulled up. It'll just take a moment to do. I just don't know if there's any funny ones that I can watch. Okay, yeah. Let me share my screen here. All right. Hang on, let me. Oh, that's little Chucky. Oh, that's funny. Scaring a chihuahua now. Anyway, so there's tons of these. I just think they're some of the funniest things ever. All right, let's go ahead and start getting this airplane going here. All right, let's go. Let's get the ground power connected. All my seats should still be saved from earlier. Battery on. We'll turn the filters, the REVER filters back on again once we start taking off. All right, fire test. All right. All right. All right, and that works, and excellent. All right, panel lighting is off. Air shield. All right, let's do a little test here. That works, and advisory panel. All right, that all looks okay. Let's arm the emergency lights. Let's put on the red lights. Get all our screens turned on. Let's turn you on. And like I did earlier before the tornado warning, I'm going to set both flight management systems tonight. All right, PFD, let's toggle that so we can turn our screens on. Get you on, and let's do PFD here. MFD here. Turn on our screens down here. All right, everything should be turned on now. Excellent. Let's start getting our airplane loaded up here. Let me get AviTab up here. All right, let's see here. So for fuel, we have 61. Actually, you know what? Before I do any of that, let me just get... No, let me start this first. I was going to start getting our clearance, but that doesn't take much time at all. All right, so for fuel, we have 6151. Let's get that plugged in here. And then for passengers and shit, so we have 74 passengers. Usually they're at 176 pounds. So we'll leave that there, so 74. And then total cargo, we have 4,070. So ramp weight, 62,000 pounds. That's pretty close. Zero fuel weight is almost the same. We're a little heavier for takeoff. It's probably because of our passenger weight. That's okay. I think we'll be okay. Let's start loading everything up. Confirm load. Start loading. All right, loading is starting. Let's get our flight plan plugged in here first, and then we'll get our clearance. Now, and if we do have to detour after takeoff because of like an engine failure or anything like that, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Buffalo, and or not actually Niagara Falls. We'll go down to the Niagara Falls VOR station, which is 111. We'll program that in just in case, but we'll hang out there until we get clearance to come back, unless they vector us. But we'll program that secondary here. All right, let's get our flight plan plugged in here. So we have C-GJZY, we have menu, departure, number 2, then TEV, okay, so it's number 7, and then we have AHPAH, which is 1. All right, flight plan. All right, after AHPAH, we have HANKK. So let's type in that. So we have H, NKK, and we have FABEN. I'm guessing that's correct since it's only giving us one choice. All right, ALB for Albany, I'm pretty sure. And we have GDM. Then we have REVER. We're gonna get our highway put up here in a moment after we type in REVER. All right, let's go back up to GDM. Let's hit menu. Oh, my bad, not menu. Let's go back here. Let's click on GDM again and click on list. All right, then we have airway from ALB. Okay, so let's go back. So we need to click on REVER and then do list. Okay, airway. Yep, from GDM we have T608, so that's number 6. To REVER, number 9. Yeah, we can delete that one out. Then we can put in our arrival, so that's Boston. And then we have 4 right. This real quick. Yeah, I guess we can do Goshi. That should be fine. All right, let's get rid of this no link here. All right, now let's update the flight plan on the other side as well. So let's do the same thing. I wish we could like copy the flight plan and just bring it over, but I don't think we can do that. All right, so let's do here. So we have here, menu, departure, and FEVDA, and AHPAH, flight plan, we have HANKK, HANKK, and FABEN, and Albany, ALB, and GDM, list. So from GDM we have number 6 to REVER, which is number 9. Then we have Boston. A menu, arrival 4 right. ILS, Goshi, get rid of that. Okay, so both sides are now set up for the flight plan. All right, that is loading. Let's go ahead and get our flight taken care of here. So we have, let's see here, ACA. That's not the right number here. It should be JAZY. Is that JZA? Flight number 8546. I'm going to leave the flight identification there. I'm not really too worried about changing that at the moment. All right, then we have Boston. Providence is our backup KPVD. We're supposed to be going to 25,000 feet. Then for our route ski, let's just type in the waypoints.
Toronto City Center ground. JAZ 8546. The Havilland DHCA 400-8. Request IFR clearance to Boston.
JAZ 8546. No usable runway for your aircraft. Clear to Boston. Routing as filed. Climb via divide 2 up to flight level 250. Squawk 1601. Altimeter 2983.
Yeah, it's saying there's no usable runway, but we can take off on runway 8.
Climb via divide 2 up to flight level 250. Squawk 1601. Altimeter 2983. JAZ 8546.
Well, actually, runway 26 is being used right now. So we're going to do runway 26 instead. We have squawk of 1601. All right, 1601 is set, and then I did say I want to set, what's it called? Niagara Falls, so that's 111. All right, we're going to program that just in case. We'll program this one for the same thing, just in case. All right, that's done. That's almost done. Let's get our weights taken care of here. So we have passenger weight. We have 74 people, so let's do that. So that's 12.5, and that's 12. Let me get my calculator out here. Probably like 160 something for the weight here. What was the calculator at? Oh, calculator, where are you? But I must be going blind. I do not see that calculator at all. Oh, there we go. Well, I am completely blind today. All right, so 12,068 divided by 74. So that's 163 per person. So let's go to menu. Let's get this changed to 163. All right, now that's 12,000. All right, very good. So that's close enough. Cargo is 3802. Fuel on board is 6151. 61.2, close enough. So that's all done now. Let's get this updated here as well. So let's go to menu. Let's passenger weight. We have 163. We have 74 people. Cargo 3802. And 6151. Excellent. All right, APU generator, let's make sure that's taking on a load. It's ready to go. So let's click it on. External power is off. Let's get the bleed system turned on a little bit so we can get some air flowing for our peoples. All right, those generator switches are ready to go. APU is getting its load. All right, that's good. Let's disconnect the GPU. And we are almost done being loaded. All right, let's just click fast load up. All right, let's get clearance for
Toronto City Center.
pushback and start up.
Jazz 8546, gate 10, altimeter 3001. Request start up.
Jazz 8546. Information line current. Startup approved.
All right. Now, runway 26, I think is up. Is right there, actually. So we need to go nose to the left, if possible.
Toronto City Center route. Jazz 8546. Request pushback to the left.
Jazz 8546. Stand by. Pushback tractor is on the way.
All right, so 2983. All right, 2983. Let's put our spoilers down for taxi. Let's get anti-skid on. Let's get our position lights on, seatbelt signs. See if the pushback tractor is going to come or not. If not, we'll just do better pushback.
Toronto
All right,
City
we're just
Center
going to do
route.
better pushback.
Jazz 8546.
Oh, it's
Cancel
right
pushback
there.
Request.
Jazz 8546.
Shit.
Pushback cancel.
That's all right. We'll just do better pushback.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
No? Nothing working? All right. All right, that works. All right, there's the tug.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Sounds good to me. I wonder why the
We got that winching strap and adapter hooked up. Go ahead and let go of the parking brake when you're ready for a push.
parking brake released. They're lifting us up. That's good. Shocks are off the wheels. All right, are you going to ask me where to go? That's usually what happens, buddy. Usually you ask me where to go. All right, maybe not. Let's,
Ground to cockpit.
There we go.
Please show me where you want to go.
Boy, she sounds like she could be like one of those from the 90s, like those 800 numbers you would call, and they like, it'd be some, it's supposed to be some good looking chick talking to you, but it's really some fatso with a baby in her arms.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and turn off bleed. Okay, it's off. Let's get engine number 2 running here. Oh, look at that old American airline back there. That's cool. That looks like an ATR. That's cool, man. I like when they do stuff like that. Get our nav source going as FMS. Get number 1 started.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, let's get rid of this vector here. There we go. And let's get rid of it over here as well.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Excellent. All right, let's go. Props high enough here so we can start getting some power generated. All right, let's test the hydraulics here. All right, very good, that's good. Get our flaps down to 5. Let's put bleed back on for now. APU is off now. Let's open up the intakes. Let's get our taxi lights on. Let's test for takeoff real quick. We may have to move our throttles for it to actually work. But let's see what they say here. Let's turn on steering. All right. First thing, let's try putting our props all the way up. Excellent. All right, we're go for takeoff. Let's request taxi.
Toronto City Center. Jazz 8546. Request taxi from gate 104. Departure.
Jazz 8546.
Doors are all
Information
closed.
line current. Runway 08. Taxi via Charlie, Bravo, and Alpha. Hold short of runway 08.
Information line. Runway 08. Taxi line Charlie, Bravo, and Alpha. Hold short runway 08.
I guess we're taking off on runway
Jazz
08 now, so let's get that
8546.
updated. Huh. All right, let's do C-GJZY. Runway 8, 47, 1. Let's get rid of that vectors because that's what we just erased. Excellent. All right, let's get out of here. Let's put our our control lock up here. And again, once we get up in the air, I'll put the filters on to so we can get a lot of the hiss, the shh noise from the engines. We'll get rid of that once we get ready for takeoff. But once I put those filters on, we're not going to hear much in the way of ATC anymore because their frequency is too high. It also gets rid of quite a bit of the button clicking that we'll hear throughout the cockpit, but I like it better than the shh that we constantly hear in this airplane. Great little airplane. I love this thing. It's such a fun airplane to fly. Once we get lined up, we'll turn the control lock off and get ready for takeoff. I'm fairly certain we already have the highest power rating for takeoff set.
6. Contact Toronto City Center Tower 118.2.
Contact Toronto City Center Tower 118.2. Jazz 8546. Toronto City Center
Wait, let me
Tower,
turn their vocals
Jazz
down a little bit. Hang on a second here.
8546. On taxiway Alpha.
They're really loud. Okay, let me turn that down a little bit.
Jazz 8546, Toronto City Center Tower. Hold short of runway 08. Report ready.
Hold short runway 08. Will go. Jazz 8546.
All right, we are ready for takeoff.
Toronto City Center Tower. Jazz 8546.
remove the control
Ready for
lock.
departure.
Jazz 8546, runway 08.
Auxiliary tanks are on.
0 degrees 6 knots, variable 20.
Let's reset.
260.
Okay, so we have end top. It's fine.
Runway 08 cleared for takeoff. Jazz 8546.
We don't need to derate any of it. Okay, that's good. All right, let's get lined up, and then we'll punch the clock, and then we'll get out of here. They say this runway is too short to take off on. What do they know? Dude, I saw 3 Osprey airplanes today down in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I guess they were flying maybe to Andrews Air Force Base, or maybe down to Richmond, not Richmond, but maybe down to Norfolk. I don't know, but they were flying towards Andrews, But wow, they were awesome. I haven't seen those in real life in a while. It's been a few months. I'm sorry, that's a lie. It's been a few years since I've seen them. All right, let's punch the clock. Let's get these working. Takeoff power is set. Oh, I didn't adjust the rudder. Shit. Oh well. That's what it
Attention
is.
all aircraft. Toronto City Center. Information November. Current altimeter 290.
All right, airspeed's alive. 100 knots cross-checked. And V1. Almost not enough space.
Squawk 1601.
Squawk 1601. Jazz
Positive rate.
8546.
Squawk. Let's turn. Let's altitude select. Let's go navigation mode. Let's turn the yaw dampener on. Let's get up to 210 knots because that's going to be our climbing speed initially. Let's put our props in MCL mode for climb. Let's adjust our trim a little bit. Let's trim down a little bit. Let's go flaps up. Alright, once I get the autopilot on, we're going to get rid of that hissing noise. That shh that we're listening to. Alright, IAS mode. Let's get that up to 210 knots. Alright, autopilot engaged.
Attention all aircraft. Toronto City Center. Information
Alright.
Oscar current.
Autopilot's on.
84. Has
We are climbing.
8546. Contact Lester B. Pearson International.
Let's turn on our filters so we can get rid of all that hissing.
Contact Lester B. Pearson.
Let me just rerun this filter real quick. Alright, very good. So that's gotten rid of the hiss. But like I said, we won't hear as much with the button clicking, but that's okay. Alright, auto feather can go off. We can turn off the auxiliary pumps. We can also turn off standby hydraulics and PTU.
You're on course. Direct net up.
Okay, everything looks good there. Let's put on airport data in case we need to land early. We are on our way. And like I said, we don't hear as much of the we don't hear a lot of the top end, but we hear enough. I can't stand that hissing noise. Oh shit! Did I put bleed back on? Oh good, bleeds are on. Okay. right, we're okay at the speed we're at right now. We're okay at the climbing the angle of attack right now. Turn off our landing lights. Once we get to 10,000 feet, we're going to go to 200 knots indicated. Well, actually, no, we could probably go there now. Let's go to 200 knots now. We'll start our in-flight entertainment here shortly with our Lyle. What are we watching? Lyle, somebody, I forget his exact name. I think it's called Lyle's TV. But yeah, we're gonna watch him break down Daryl Brooks. It's so funny. Oh my god. If you guys are not familiar with who Daryl Brooks is, you're gonna get familiar. He ran over like 70 people at the Waukesha Christmas Day Parade back in 2001. That I have to turn off. I can't stand that. How it's changing our altimeter automatically. Yeah, and that's not even close to the altimeter right now. I wonder where I can turn that on. Probably in, let's see here, is it in the settings here? Let me see something here. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it in this page here. Let's type in altitude. I'm searching the pages here. I wonder if I can just turn it off from there. Let me see here. Check-in. Ah, here we go. Set altimeter and transponder. This, okay. There we go. So auto check. Okay, well that's fine. I can just turn it off on the way down. We'll leave it on for now. All right, we're above most of the clouds. We can close the intakes now. That's really all we had to clean up on the way out. We already, well, we can turn off the seatbelt signs, I guess. So we have 2983. I think I can sync this up here. Barrow sync. Oh, it's enabled. That's interesting. right, once we get up to about 16,000 feet, we're going to move our indicated airspeed to 190. All right, let's turn weather on. Let's move our indicated airspeed down to 190. That'll increase our angle of attack here. Oh, did I put the... Oh, I did put the landing gear up. Oh, good. There's been too many flights where I forgot to put the landing gear down. I mean, the landing gear up. All right, hopefully we're done with the bad weather for tonight, so we don't have any more tornado warnings. That was tough. Because at first it didn't look like a tornado was actually coming this way, but after that tornado warning was down for a few minutes, like, it got really crazy. It got crazy out here for a little bit. Yep. Let's move this down to 180 for our indicated airspeed. Actually, no, we'll be okay for another minute or so, I think. I think we can leave it at 190 until we get to about maybe 18,000 feet or so. Everything is looking good so far. Now, once we put in standard pressure, then we'll move our indicated airspeed down to the final climbing speed, which will be 190. Should put us back up to about 1,500 feet per minute, for a little bit at least. All right, let's go standard pressure. It'll let me do it. I think I need it. Let's do this here. Let's do auto check-in. Let's turn that off so we can plug in the right frequencies. All right, well, we are on our way to HANKK. Let's go ahead and put our speed down to 180. All right, now can I set this for standard pressure? All right, we just got to dial it in, so that's fine. Give it a little more juice on the engines. We can match the little triangle there. I don't think I've ever climbed up to 25,000 feet in this thing before. We're doing it tonight. All right, should we get Daryl Brooks started? I think we should. I think we should. Let me turn the music off. Let's get our in-flight entertainment started here.
Whether he chooses to ask for those.
No, that's not the right one. Shit.
And again, you
Hang
warned
on.
him, Judge. You fairly warned him, and he basically acted.
You
as if you
son of a
insulted
bitch.
him
That's not the
and
right
said
one.
It didn't make him flinch one bit.
Right trial. Wrong video. Oh no. Oh dee day. Whoa dee die. Whoa dee do dee day. Alright, let's see here. History. Come on, history. Yeah, this one. Daryl Brooks, aka the monster. That's the one I want to watch. Actually, no, that's not the one I want to watch. Let me hang on a second. All right, videos. Here we go. Let's get this one.
Going to throw out his case because he.
Yeah, Daryl Brooks is pissed. Yeah, let's do this one here. All right, let's. There was one that I used to like a lot that I used to watch. Daryl Brooks, the epitome of stupid. That's the one, I think. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
We got this neophyte. All right, hang on. Let me get this up here now. Control.
Once again, we're.
All right, let's see here. Properties.
Good evening, everyone.
There we go.
Once again, we are back. This is another edition of the Daryl Brooks charade. Daryl Brooks debacle. Because that's exactly what it was. A debacle. It was a train wreck. It was absolutely horrific. It was reprehensible. It was despicable. Etc., etc., etc. But this particular video here is where he is addressing the jury, and I find a lot of the things that he is asserting very interesting because it contradicts everything. And anytime there's a contradiction, it means we got a problem. Because anything that is a contradiction means that it doesn't parallel the truth.
Preach it. Preach it loud.
To that which is true. So let's dive in and listen to this crap.
Like the old dirty bastard. He didn't call it truth. He called it truth-a-lack.
Oh, look at him crying.
Aw, he's sad. He used that same tissue for 2 hours.
Even the alleged defendants.
You're not an alleged defendant.
There's been a lot of suffering.
You ain't no alleged defendant. Stop
Thank you,
saying
Lau.
that. I don't know why Judge Duro didn't stop
You're the defendant.
Alleged defendant. And why would he say that in front of the jury?
Right.
You
Because
think
he's
the
stupid.
jury thinks that he's an alleged defendant?
No. They know what he is. He's a murderer.
Stupid.
murdered 6 people.
A lot of misunderstanding.
My allegedness.
There's a lot of missing lives there too. Oh, look at that face.
Oh, little Daryl Brooks.
I just want you to keep in mind,
Oh, this is the one I wanted to watch. Daryl Brooks gets shut down. Hang on.
everything that
This is
will
the
be,
one I wanted to watch.
presented
Shit. Let me get this one
in
pulled
its
up.
totality. Keep in mind.
Hang on. We can always come back to this one.
Yeah.
The power that you have.
Yeah, they're not going to nullify it for you, Daryl.
Next question.
This is it, yeah, because it's got his friend laughing with him. This is the right one.
Yeah, it's stupid. Right. Here we go.
No, the plaintiff is in this matter.
Oh, God.
Who's the plaintiff?
The state of Wisconsin.
Is that an entity or a living human being? Grounds.
Not relevant.
He's so stupid.
Next question.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff?
Oh, Lord.
All right, we are slowly getting to 25,000 feet. We're almost at 22,000
Interaction
now.
with the state of Wisconsin.
Do not answer that question. Next question, sir.
You can see it here.
90611.
Or 6,600
Objection, or
meters.
was that just a ruling? I'm not sure.
Y'all was
You're
both talking.
at the same time.
Under 90611, I directed the witness not to answer that
irrelevant question.
That irrelevant question.
So Daryl Brooks, if you guys are not familiar with him, he really believes that the state of Wisconsin cannot beat a plaintiff because they are not a living, breathing human being. He's getting civil law mixed up with criminal law, but he's a sovereign citizen, and that's why he fired his attorneys, the public defenders, because he wanted to pull all these shenanigans while he was in trial. He wanted to try to, say, subject matter jurisdiction. You don't have that, and, blah blah blah. Where's the witnesses? Where's the crime? Only a living, breathing person can bring a claim against my client. Yeah, this guy is full on nuts. But he does know the law. He's wrong about the law a lot of the times, but he knows a lot about the law. He should, based on his rap sheet.
Oh.
You see that look?
Look how he's looking at the prosecution. Like he gonna snap.
I'm gonna get to it.
Ask your next question.
I'm gonna get to it.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Ooh, look at that gloomy look. Oh, look at the evil look in his eye.
All right, let's go to 175 and see if we can. I tell you, we'll go to 170 for our climb
When
speed.
did you first report your alleged injury?
Alleged.
You do not
Alleged.
have to answer that question.
Oh,
She got injured.
Questions.
I don't usually go down to 170, but
90611. Sub 1, sub
sub
A,
A,
sub B,
sub C.
Dude is
Is
a
that lawful
fool.
law?
Oh no.
You may sit down. Does state have any questions for this witness?
Yeah, they closed off his cross. But they're laughing. They're confirmed with each other, the attorneys.
Yep.
And at this point, he is pissed. Oh, look at that look. Did you see that look?
Last year, you were there with 2 kids?
I was, yes.
He says one of the dumbest things I've ever heard anybody say towards the end of this video.
Overrule, the witness may answer.
I know this trial like the back of my hand. I've seen these videos probably thousands of times. Not just this one, but just in general.
Mr. Brooks, it's a doubt.
I find it completely fascinating that he was able to get away with all the antics he did.
Mr. Brooks, please sit down.
He mad. He mad.
Mr. Brooks, we're not asking the questions.
I'm not saying
I would ask you to sit down, please. It is disrespectful to this witness and to the state and to the court.
No, it's not.
Those words
I'm
don't
not
come.
doing anything wrong. I'm merely standing here.
Those words are going to come back to haunt him when it comes time for sentencing.
On November 21st of last year, approximately where were you watching the parade from?
Asked and answered objection.
Mr. Brooks, it is cross-examination. Just because you asked the question and she answered it does not mean the state doesn't get to follow
up, yeah, on cross.
The state can ask the same question I
The
asked.
state can ask their questions.
So how come when I did that?
So wait a minute, come on, be quiet, be quiet.
I was on Main Street, but right by where the intersection of White Rock, and I was in the roadway.
I'm going to show you what's been marked and previously admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 15.
Go ahead.
All right, we're going to level off here at 23,000 feet.
Cleared?
By the way, it's so refreshing to hear from the state because you're hearing from real attorneys. Right. And it's so, refreshing to hear because he didn't know.
Okay, we're going to level up at 23.5. Let me just grab the okay for that.
Does this
Saying what?
Wait until it's in the jury box. I'm
He
sorry.
never lied.
The jury would let me know when it's in.
Altitude change to altitude.
Thank you. It's there now. Go ahead.
Brooks is going
Yeah,
down.
you see a purple line on that would indicate the parade route going from White Rock Avenue down Main Street.
Yes, I do.
And
that's the
can
White
you
Rock.
approximate where you and your kids were watching the parade?
All right, very
Yes.
good. So we can go down to 23,000 feet.
If you, I'm sorry, it's a touch screen. It's touch screen. Just put a dot right where it is.
Maybe on the other
All
side
right,
of that
let's put
runway.
our.
So
Once we gain a little speed, we're going to move
screen
our
and maybe
props
just
down
put a
to climb
dot. I
mode,
think that,
the cruise mode,
or a
sorry,
circle.
which
I
is
think a circle would be
850.
good. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Would be fair to say is to your left would have been Pleasant Street.
That is correct.
All right.
Were there barricades
cruising
blocking
altitude.
Pleasant Street?
There were
It's cross. It's cross
there were
examination.
barricades that were
We're going to say
partially
VS is
blocked.
going to
They
be
were they were on
1,500
Main
feet.
Street, but partially blocking
About
Pleasant Street.
43
as well.
minutes
You
until
can tell he
descent.
don't know what he's doing because this is cross. You can ask questions again on cross. So he ain't no attorney. So he
The
went
car gone down Pleasant Street?
Yes.
Okay.
Overruled. The
Hearsay.
witness may answer. It's not
It's not hearsay.
So when the red SUV came down White Rock Avenue and was making its turn onto East Main
Guy's
Street
an
as you
idiot.
testified, it could
So
have
funny,
just
though.
gone straight onto Pleasant Street, correct?
That is correct.
It's hearsay. She's speaking as
No,
a
hold
first.
on.
You're not testifying.
There's an
First-hand
objection.
eyewitness.
Mr. Brooks, your objection is noted.
It's overruled.
The witness
Of course it's
may
overruled.
answer.
Always over.
You're not testifying, dummy.
That's true. You're not testifying, bitch.
Sit down.
Sorry, there's a lot of talking. Your question was, just to clarify.
She's like an 8 for
could the
Wisconsin
vehicle
standards, I
have
think. She's
gone
probably like
straight
Wisconsin
onto
8.
Pleasant Street, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
Maybe a 7.
And where
She
you
got good
stated
benefits,
you
though. She
and
works for
your
the police
kids
department.
were
She got good health insurance,
partially in the
probably.
roadway
That makes her a little
when
more attractive.
the red SUV came through?
I need a girl
Yes,
with
we
good health insurance so they can take care of her.
Characterization of what was testified.
Oh my God.
Overruled. The witness may answer. Go ahead.
Give me an answer.
Can you repeat it?
Sure. Were you and your kids all in the roadway when the
All
red
right, we're
SUV
gaining
went
speed.
through?
That's good. Once we gain
Yes,
a bit
we
more
were.
speed, we're going
You
to
weren't part of the parade, correct?
move our
We were
throttles
not.
Okay. So were you standing with
back
other
a bit.
people
Right
that
now
were
they're
in
at
the
like
roadway?
60%.
Yes, we were.
And was one of your
We're gonna
kids
move them
going
back
to get
just a little bit.
candy when the red SUV came through?
Yes, my
Objection.
daughter.
Speaking as a first-hand eyewitness.
He's not testifying.
Because she is a first-hand eyewitness.
I'm talking about you.
The objection is noted. It's overruled. The question is proper, and the witness may answer.
Right, so
Yes, my
shut up.
daughter was further in the roadway. We were all in the road, but she was further in the roadway, reaching to grab.
If you notice, he's objecting really for no reason. He has no basis to object. That's
Yeah,
why it
yeah.
keeps becoming
Well, he thinks that it's
overruled.
hearsay.
And then he's
He object.
confusing
I
the
want to go
witness
back
because then
and
she
listen
has
to this one day,
to try
like
to
uninterrupted,
question
and
his
see how many
defense.
times he
The attorney
actually
has to
objected.
reiterate it.
I want to say
At any other time,
Let's say there's
you
a half
stated
an
that
hour
this was
per-
towards the end of the parade, is that correct?
per litigant,
Yeah, we
2 questions
saw,
per minute.
Santa, and he's
That's at least
always
60
like, the
objections.
end
I
of
mean,
the
every
parade.
question he pretty much
And
objects
had
to.
your daughter gone to get candy at other times?
The entire time.
Had she During the time
she's not a fat
preceding
little
the red
girl.
SUV coming through,
Just kidding.
had she almost
It's okay if they're chubby when they're young. It's just when they get older.
Participants in the parade?
No, she was nowhere near like where the vehicles were driving through the parade.
Think my meal will be done
She was
soon.
no.
I
So
make
she's
this
going
really
out
good
to get some candy that
chicken
has
soup.
been thrown, I assume, correct?
Really good.
And
It's got onions and peppers, a really
you
good
see this
roasted
red
salsa,
SUV coming. Is it
roasted
coming
corn
from
salsa,
your right or from your
chicken.
left?
The red SUV was coming from my right side, which was White Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good soup.
And how close did it come to your daughter?
Got a little cumin in it.
It was. I
think
wouldn't be able
I
to
think this is the
give
one
an
where
accurate judgment, but it felt very, very close.
this one,
Did you not
the
pull
tire
your
went
daughter
by
away
her
with
head or
that
something
car
like
hit your
that.
daughter?
It's very possible.
Wow.
One guy, he was an off-duty police officer, had to pick up his kids and throw them, like physically pick up his kids and throw them across the street so they wouldn't get hit.
So you say
Crazy.
that you
Imagine
saw
grabbing your
a
3-year-old
police
and throwing him as
officer,
far as you could.
Have some contact with the red SUV.
In the street.
Do you
Throw him as
recall
far
that?
as you could.
Yes.
Can you describe that for the jury?
Well, there was a few times that police officers attempted to stop the red SUV. The first one was Ben, where we were on Main and White Rock, and then there were also other people
Right
trying
now,
to
the
stop
engines
it
are doing
too.
okay where they're at.
And then again,
They're still
as it drove,
just below
once it
the,
turned onto Main, the next road.
Triangle. So
If I can say something, I
pulling
really
back
don't
just a
know
little bit.
what his defense really is. I don't understand why he even called in witnesses, because the witnesses that was calling
witness he
on
called, they're not
basically
helping
the
him.
people that saw him do what he did. For example, she said
All
that
he
the
did-
vehicle nearly hit
What he
her
did
child.
pretty much with the witnesses
What is his defense?
he pretty much just grabbed people that the DA's office didn't want to interview. So he was thinking, well, if the DA doesn't want them, they must be good for me. But all he's doing is just reading from their police report. He never interviewed any of these people. All he does is just read through the police report and ask them questions off of that.
I mean, what is the whole? What is
Not
the
that
sole
there's
purpose?
really
What is
nothing
his
he can do
gambit?
to,
Where is he going with
for
it?
defense. I
That's
mean,
why
everybody
a lot
saw
of
him run these people
questions
over.
that he was asking the witness were being objected and sustained because it didn't make
Boston
any
here.
sense. It was like he wasn't really building any probative foundation to get to a point.
Okay, arrival. We're not
because
really
it
doing an
never
arrival.
made
We
any
have
sense.
approach.
And so I believe this whole thing was a waste of time.
ILS
It was
4,
a waste
right.
of taxpayers' dollars.
There's
It was a mockery.
Goshi.
I think he mocked every witness that was on there. It was just absolutely horrific. Let's dive back into
airport.
And there was another officer who tried to stop that red SUV again.
And which is the officer who had to step out of the way in order to not get hit by the red SUV?
What was the question?
Where was the officer located who had to step out of the way to avoid being struck by the red SUV?
I believe that was the officer around Buckley and Maine.
Okay. And ma'am, as the car passed
I love
your
AviTab. That's
location,
such a good little tablet.
did it increase its speed?
I tell you what, if I buy that new controller,
Do you know
I'm
where
thinking
the
about
roadway it
buying
traveled
the
down?
controller that's got all the gears and levers and shit on the controller.
Overruled, the witness may answer.
If I can use that, I think if
The
I can try to
direction of
use that
travel?
one for
Where the road,
X-Plane,
was it
then
on
I
the
could actually
left-hand side,
play
the
X-Plane
right-hand
during
side,
the
or
week and not have to worry about
It was
setting this
all
whole
over
unit
the
up.
road.
You saw it all over the road?
Yes.
So going, and why don't you
I think it's
describe
like
to the jury
$200
what
bucks
you
for that
saw?
controller. That's, I
Driving,
don't know if I want to spend the money on that or on drums. I really want to spend it on drums.
Side to side, and then I lost
Talking about
sight
doing it
when
for a while, I
there
just
were
haven't
through the people as it got down the hill.
pulled the trigger on it yet. You know, white people problems, you know.
Nothing further.
Thank you.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go with this clown. Here we go.
Yep.
Get your popcorn out. Here we go.
You said you observed multiple officers try to stop the vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, let me grab the next episode while we're.
Describe one. I think you said it was Buckley, right?
Yes.
Why didn't you report the other officers that you allegedly saw attempt to stop the vehicle?
what you're asking.
Yeah, be specific.
The report that you, the interview that was conducted with the FBI. That was who did your interview, correct?
Yes.
All right, I got the next one lined up.
Okay, come on. Where are we going with this? Let's go.
Yeah, what's up, Daryl? Come on. Come on, bitch. Let's go.
Why is it not in the report about the multiple officers that you say you saw attempted to stop the vehicle?
I don't know why it wasn't put in the report.
Do you recall if you told the FBI agents?
It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been a
believe
while.
so, but it's been a year.
When you say it's been a year, I'm assuming that means that some details you don't quite recall all the way. That'd be fair to say.
Yes.
This is funny. This is real funny.
So it'd be fair to say that if there's details you don't recall, how can you recall the path of travel of the SUV that you claim you saw?
Can you rephrase the question?
Well, obviously she recalled it when it happened.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
mean,
it was reported.
it went past her head. He's starting to get mad.
You just acknowledged that there may be some details that you don't.
What else do you don't recall?
Okay, that makes sense. It's been a year.
So would it be fair to say that you don't quite recall the path of travel of the vehicle?
She did when it was reported.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
She did when it was reported, obviously.
Yeah, come on, stupid.
Right?
What you just stated, wouldn't it be fair to say that that's a possibility?
No.
No.
No. No.
So you recall all the details of what you observed that evening, November 21st, 2021?
No.
Now, you know what's sad? This is his
Look at him.
So what other details do you not recall?
How does someone recall the details that they don't recall?
He's so stupid. Hang on. We gotta listen to that again. He's so serious about it. Look how smug he is when he asked that question. Asking that Wisconsin 7 that
now,
question.
You know what's sad? This is his witness, by the way.
So what other details do you not recall?
How does someone
Now you can see the DA, whatever her face is, she's laughing. You can see she's like, what the fuck? He's not trying to laugh, but you know he's laughing on the inside. They actually just made him a judge, actually.
recall?
He was a pretty good DA. He's shaking his head. He's like, man, this motherfucker. This guy's stupid as shit.
That's how dumb he is. That's exactly how dumb he is.
Seems almost as if.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
You recall what you want to recall.
Uh-oh. Come on.
What you want to recall.
No. Wait.
Not.
Objection. Badgering the witness.
Yes,
Yeah,
sustained.
badgering.
You do not have your answer then, and you are warned. You may not
What do you mean badgering?
or argue with this witness.
And this is his witness.
Next question.
It is his witness.
What do you mean?
Next question.
What do you mean?
Don't intimidate the witness is what I mean.
I'm not intimidating the witness.
Badgering the
rolling.
witness by eye rolling, by
Yeah,
pursing your lips, by making facial movements regarding her
Does she
answers
feel intimidated?
is badgering
You gotta
the
be kidding me.
witness.
How you even a judge?
Sure enough, dude.
How you even a
Under
judge?
90611, please ask your next question.
You can't be serious right now.
How you even a judge? Judge bitch.
Intimidating the witness. What
Absolutely.
have I done to intimidate?
You know
Excuse
what
me,
you're
Judge
doing. You know
bitch.
exactly what you're doing.
The last question was badgering, which is a form. Can
But
you,
you said.
Mr. Brooks,
got
I made my
150 miles
ruling
to
under
the top of the
911.
sentence.
Please ask a question or I will stop the question.
With clarity.
Close it off. Close it off.
Under 90611, sub 1, sub A, Sub B
Man, how
and
you
sub
even a
C,
judge?
ask your next question, or the questioning of this witness will end.
Judge, how are you even a
Yeah,
judge?
shit. Take this off.
Thank you.
How are you even a judge?
Meanwhile, you're facing 7,000 years, 7 life sentences over and over and over. And you're just like, how you even a judge? How you even a judge? Judge, bitch. All right. This is another good one.
Copy, but I'll make a note of that.
I accept value in return. The value of this document. Look at
Yeah. I accept value, return for value. He just took all them documents and just threw them out. I accept the value in return for value. These
Writing
documents.
a copy to give to the state.
We are back in. That is Leslie.
Sure can.
Yep, that's
Basically
Leslie
taking
Basie Waldman
copyright.
over there. I think she's like the head DA
The
now.
problem is, I don't know. Every time they give Mr. Brooks something, he always says, "I accept value in return."
Because he's sovereign. That's what they say. I accept for value in return for value.
Is obligated to give him that, but it's
That means I don't accept this shit. I don't
accept it or not. And so the judge is going to clarify this with him.
All right, let's get. Let me get these frequencies set up here.
You don't want it. I accept value in return. The value of this document. look at that. Put it right in the trial.
Yep. All right, so we got 110.3.
I was not looking at the monitor because I was sending the email to my clerk with that document, but I just like to get confirmation at least it was put in front of him on the table.
Right, get that on the record.
Whether he accepts it or not, I understand, but Mr. Brooks, was that piece of paper placed in front of you?
I don't accept or consent to any paperwork.
Judge, I did see on the monitor to be able to set some paperwork on the table in front of Mr. Brooks.
All right,
and
let's
he took
also
it off the table and set it on the floor next to him.
Let's get. So we have 35, I believe, is the.
Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, 35 is the heading.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you made clear you're not going to accept
So
paperwork.
let's
We
go
have
ahead
an obligation,
and
whether you make that statement or not, to provide you with
Get that
copies
set
of
up.
everything the court
So
is
for that,
addressing with the parties.
let's go into heading mode.
What you do with them is up to you. So
Let's change our nav
your
source
objection is noted.
to VOR1, and let's put in, of course, a 35.
Aware that certain things are not going to be reported, especially when it comes to fairness.
Go over
Mr.
here.
Brooks, I need to move on to the jury instructions. Are you willing to
VOR2,
participate in this
and let's
process
get that
right
down
now?
35 as well. I like setting both sides the same. All right, so that's now done. Let's put this in nav source
Would you like to come back over?
FMS1 again, and now let's go back into nav mode.
Mr. Brooks, you were put.
Why can't he just answer the question directly?
Because he's wasting time because you don't want to go back into court.
And then he just reciprocates it into, so why was I brought over here? Why was I? That wasn't asked of you.
In that courtroom because of your disruptive behavior. If you can agree to abide by the rules of decorum and courtesy, then I will bring you back over here at any point.
And what a pretty
in time.
game this is, isn't it?
Did you hear me advise you of that, sir?
No, I did not.
No, I did not.
You're advised, sir, that if you want to come back to this courtroom, you may
Excuse
make
me,
a
Judge
request
bitch.
at any point in time. If you come back, the
All
court
right,
expects
so-
you to follow the rules of decorum and courtesy that you've previously been advised
Control
about.
tower reports to all vessels on
This is how
approach.
it's going to be the whole trial. Every time I see
Say
tonight.
Mr. Brooks,
218
I'm
above
offering
ground.
you the opportunity to come back to this courtroom to participate
No,
here.
I don't want to go over there and then essentially have to come back right over here because when I ask something that I don't understand, it's being looked at.
First of all, he keeps bringing up subject matter jurisdiction. How many times is she going to
that's
address
there.
that? That is irrelevant. It's not probative. And so then he's disruptive, and then he gets put in the neighboring courtroom.
Yep.
I mean, what does he not understand about that? You know, it's
All right,
his
hydraulics are
own
looking good. Let's
call.
check our
It's
fuel.
what he's doing that's making him go into the other courtroom. And so the judge, I would honestly, let me tell y'all what I would have done had I been presiding over that case. First of all, I believe that the Court of Appeals would have understood, given is many interruptions. As a matter of fact, I just found out that he was removed from the courtroom 12 times during the course of that trial. 12 times.
Yep.
And the reason why he was removed is because of his blatant disruptions. So I believe that the Court of Appeals would have understood. Okay? So, for example, if he tries to go on appeal and say, well, I was kicked out of the courtroom. All right, well, I wonder why. They're going to review all that. They will understand. So I would have kept him in the neighboring courtroom the entire trial. I would have probably let him get up to maybe 5 interruptions. That's it. You're out. You're going to the neighboring courtroom, and I will press the mute button. She should have been did that. But I understand that Judge Duro,
he was removed a lot more than 12 times.
Going above and beneath, just to ensure that there
a lot more than 12.
But I think, given his disruptions, the Court of Appeals would have understood.
What's AHPAH saying for Boston right now?
Too much evidence to the contrary. All right, watch this.
Intentionally trying to disrupt the court.
Mr. Brooks, I'm asking you a question. Please answer.
He's not going to answer the
question as well, Your Honor.
Would you like to come back to the main courtroom right now? Yes or no?
Oh my God. Judge Duro, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. You're wasting your breath. The Court of Appeals will understand. He's a fool.
Oh, they will understand, all right.
He can't even answer a direct question. Just leave it alone.
4 right's not being used right now in Boston. 22 left is.
All right, I'm going to mute him. I'm going to make a finding that his decision to not answer the court with a yes or no is non-responsive. I repeatedly asked him if he would like to come back to this courtroom. He did not answer yes. Instead, he wants to debate with me about his understanding or lack thereof, and rather than discuss the topics at hand.
He didn't say anything that was productive. Here, like I said, she should have left him at that point.
I'm going to change our
he would have remained in that auxiliary courtroom.
Landing real quick.
Would have been never brought over to the main. He would have been on auxiliary.
Right now, it looks like
given all these disruptions. This is sick. This is sick. You know what? I was reading the comments
right now, it
on
looks
one
like
of my previous videos.
22 left is the current one that's approaching. So let's do menu.
Had to go get drunk after that trial. She had to have a couple drinks. And you know what? I went down dealing with this kind of stuff. She even said, Judge Duro said that this is the most challenging case that she's ever presided over during the tenure of her years of being a judge.
So REVER, and then no
that behavior to be rude, to be disrespectful. I find it to interfere with the orderly administration of justice. I want to continue with the preliminary jury instructions. Of course, it is always my preference to have Mr. Brooks in this courtroom, but as he has been advised repeatedly,
let's take a look at
in order for him to maintain
I'm going to leave 4
his
right
appearance
just in case.
in this courtroom, he needs to abide by even the most simplest of rules, and that is to not interrupt. I will not tolerate disruptive
conduct. So let's get our course done first. That's 2:15.
From my perspective, is simply an attempt to avoid being tried on the charges brought before this.
Can I say something real quick now? Watch this. Now, how many of you all remember this was during the preliminary phase when he had made the decision to release
go to nav source.
His prior counsel. Excuse me.
What was that again? I think it was 2:15.
He was being disrupted even during that process.
Yeah, 2:15.
And do y'all remember Judge Duro telling him? She said, you're being disruptive right now. She said, now, if you do that, you run the risk at your own peril of being admonishing in front of the jury. You know what he said? He said, oh, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, let's go back in nav mode.
Indication that he already planned what he was going to do.
Yep. He knew exactly what he was doing the whole way.
Act out.
Every time he got thrown out, or he knew exactly what he was doing.
Exactly what
But he was used to getting over on people, especially women.
So this really should not.
But there was nothing he could do on this because everybody saw him do it.
And I wish, and I said something.
All right, we have 110 point.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so it's still
110.3 to represent himself, but I wish there was a clause.
And we can leave the same decision
because he mocked every witness. He made fun of the judicial system. He mocked it.
Now the backup we're going to use is VOR. Boston 112.7. So let's
if I didn't state
get that set up as a backup.
Reflect, I have muted Mr. Brooks, and he'll remain that way until he sends me a note indicating he'd like to be unmuted and that he will comply with the rules of civility and decorum.
I believe
so I've provided parties with a packet of instructions. There are 68 pages.
He could say it was like, you know,
Attorney
about a mistrial or
Attorney
bullshit like that.
be addressing the preliminary jury instructions.
All right, let's put
VOR2
over here.
All right, I will put on the record that the 68 pages were also provided to Mr. Brooks.
He's holding up an objection. That's just all that is. You know what that really should say?
Give it a little more juice.
Should say disruption. Because that's really what that is. He ain't got no valid objection. That's just to disrupt the process, the flow.
So we have about 50-some miles until we start our descent. Let me contact the tower and request oh, you know, I didn't actually request
earlier today, I believe, at the start of the hearing.
Yeah, I didn't request
and then he was also provided with the
runway. That's right.
Single-page proposed instruction regarding decorum and civility that the court has drafted. Has the state seen that as well?
All right, we're just passing by Albany.
He ain't got no real objection.
The only thing
what up, storm clouds?
At the moment on page
y'all motherfuckers are swirling by the house today. Good lord.
Needs to be taken out.
And you know another thing.
One thing about ring cameras, I like how they capture storms when you're having a storm. You can see the whole mesocyclone coming in, and the way it's filtered and colored, like it really depicts like different clouds. Really, if you have a ring camera and you have a storm coming through, pull it up and watch the storm come through on your ring. It's really cool looking.
Really a disruption, but the point being is, he was objecting.
Excuse me, Judge
during closing. Now you're not allowed to object, and then she let him. She unmuted him and let him talk.
A lot of times she did.
During
she did that on purpose, though.
He interrupted Attorney AHPAH on closing.
Yeah, he did that on purpose to try to delay.
Judge Duro was giving him way too much leeway. That's not even permitted.
She had to give him leeway, otherwise he could.
Just like she was
he could call for a mistrial, saying that he was discriminated against.
And she's a referee, not counsel. Let's get back into
the advisement to the jurors.
Name, I think it's always been the.
I'm going to follow that.
Inform the jury of the truth, their rights, and their duties.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them they can nullify the law.
Jury instruction that you would like me to read that would state that? Have you
I want to say they can nullify.
Would that we debunk that?
I would need to draft anything if it's already in the Constitution. I should be able.
If you guys have not seen the way this SUV looks,
the First and Sixth Amendment.
I'm sorry, I mistook what you were saying. I thought you wanted me to add a jury instruction.
I think. Oh yeah, this video. Yeah.
So that I would
let me pull up a video with the way this SUV looks.
Am I mistaken on that?
Shit. Hang on 1 second.
I'm not gonna question about that. I think it was very clear what I was saying, asking, because
okay. Let me pause this. I mean, it is. It looks like he hit like a deer. Like if you've ever seen a vehicle after it hits a deer or any other major accident, I mean, like it is unbelievable that the damage to this vehicle is from people. Unbelievable.
Bleeding.
Overruled foundational. The witness may answer the exhibits.
Yeah, look at this.
He left the vehicle.
Look at that damage.
Evidence.
Well, that was fun for a minute. All right, let's showtime's over. Let's get the music on now. All right, descend, maintain 11,000. Okay. Kind of want to do VNAV. Yeah, let's wait for VNAV to kick in. Because VNAV will not work until...
5, 4, 6. Descend and maintain 1,000.
Alright, I'll go now, I guess.
8, 5, 4, 6.
VNAV you can't activate until VNAV actually shows up on your display, and you'll get a notification here about a message popping up. It'll tell you on your display here as well. We've begun our descent into Boston. Current weather is 2986 for our METAR. Right now. All right, not too much farther to go. Yeah, Darryl Brooks, man, that's such a horrible crime that he did, and like if you watch like the trial and you watch his interrogation and all that, he's got no remorse. Like, he was joking with the police officers the next day after it happened, even later that night. Like, it's crazy. Like, he's got no sense of remorse about any of it. All right, 2986. Let's open up the intakes, since we're getting close to cloud level. I don't think we're at the point where I can take the filters off yet. I think it's still going to be too much hissing. Let me see here. that low pass filter really helps. Oh yeah, Jesus, that is terrible. That's what we could have been listening to the whole time. That's the normal sound. Thank you, Reaper Filters. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for having very good material to read online as well to help out with the workings of your systems. All right, let's click on format and hold that for a few seconds. All right, there's our landing, supposedly. You click and hold it, it'll change it back. If you click on it, though, without holding, just click, it'll put us in map mode, like flight plan mode, and then it'll put us back in that mode if you just click on it. We're almost at 11,000 feet. Pulling into Gardner now. Yeah, that new, I think it's from Honeycomb, that controller, like an Xbox controller. It's got two thumb levers on the left side, and then on the right side of it, it's got like all the throw levers that you would use. Like, it's got, I think, like 4 or 5. It's got a thing for trim, it's got like condition lever, prop, thrusters, flaps. I think that's a pretty, like, if you don't have room for a flight deck like this, or if you don't have the money for it, that's a really good alternative to get you used to using at least the levers for power and stuff like that. All right, let's slow down our descent a little bit. Yeah, the ground speed is 300, so 5 times that, roughly about 1,500 feet per minute is the 3% glide slope, so let's leave it at 1,500. Now, see, we didn't really hear that ee for the altitude because we have that filter on. All right, 2986 is still the pressure. All right, we have leveled off. We'll wait to put our landing lights on until we get below 10,000 feet. Which I would presume that would be coming up here pretty quickly. Let's get the localizer plugged in on at least the driver side. Descend 8,000 feet. Okay, altitude select, VS, and go down 1,300 feet per minute. Let's put on seatbelt signs. now put on our landing lights.
Has 8546. Extend level India 04 Romeo 4 ILS. Approach runway 04 right.
Level India 04 ILS. Approach runway 04 right. Jazz 8546.
I wonder if I can, let me see if I can choose a different runway.
Has 8546. Descend and maintain 7000.
Descend and maintain 7000. 8546.
I'm gonna leave it as 22 left because that's what they have on Navigraph for the current. Might just cancel IFR. Yeah, let's just cancel IFR.
8546.
Has 8546. IFR cancel. Law 1200. Zero navigation.
All right, there we go. All right, let's click this off. Yeah, because the we have a 8-knot headwind landing on 22 left versus a 8-knot tailwind landing on 4 right now. So yeah, we're gonna stick with what real life would be doing. 2986 is still current, so that's good. Pulling up on Boston there now. And we need to get down to 4,000 feet. All right, let's turn weather off. Let's put terrain on. Let's put 4,000 for our altitude here. Altitude select, and then we're going to wait for VNAV to actually show up this time. We can see the top of descent right here. And then once we catch it, like I said, it'll show us on our display here for VNAV. And then, because if we click on VNAV now, say flight director mode, inhibit. After we catch REVER, then we are going to head north. Also go over here and get our V speed set. All right, there we go. We should be seeing VNAV any minute now. Yeah, we're about 2 minutes knots away from VNav. Typically, I wouldn't be using VNav this part of the trip, but I want to use it since we didn't get to use it earlier. Once we make our turn to the north, we're then going to put the standby hydraulics on, PTU, auxiliary pumps. VNav should be showing up any minute. We're only a few miles away from top of descent there. We'll use VNav until we get down to 4,000 feet. There we go. See, VNav just showed up. It also says it here now. We see it says message. So we click on message, top of descent alert. You can see it's also here now on our... Once that magenta gets down to the center, that's when we're going to start going down again. Still 2986 for the pressure. All right, VNav looks like it has started to move. I'm going to switch this to VOR mode. Let's pull format. Heading mode. Switch this to... Oh, let's click on VNav one more time. Oh well, shit. Oh well, it would have worked, but we're out of nav mode now, so okay. Let's just go down here. We'll do it this way. We'll go 800 feet per minute. Let's start heading to the north. Let's put the standby hydraulics PTU on, auxiliary tanks 1 and 2. Tell you what, let me take the filters off for the remainder of the trip. Whatever the hiss is, the hiss is. Ooh, that's bad. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to listen to that all trip. I tell you, I don't even want to listen to it now. God, that's terrible. Just kidding, let me put these filters back on. Wow. And we are landing flaps 15 as normal. If this was a short runway, we'd probably be landing flaps 35. But being that this is a pretty long runway, pretty sure it's a long runway. Pretty sure it's a long runway. Oh yeah, it's one of their main runways. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, it's 10,000 foot runway. Plenty of space. Alright, we're still 2986. Pressure. Alright, Notley. And then Wayne is 3,000. So let's actually just drop down to 3,000 now. go down a little bit faster. Uh-oh, Darren's writing help. I wonder what Darren needs help with. Once we get to 3,000, we're going to spin back around. Well, you know, we probably could swing back around now, actually. Yeah, we're far enough away. Let's swing back around. Swing back around, we'll engage navigation so we can capture the localizer. Actually, let's get down to 1,700 feet. But we'll go down at a slower rate now. Yeah, we'll go down like 800 feet per minute. Let's get lined up on this VOR here, this ILS. Let's click on nav. All right, and approach. 17 miles out. Or should be 216. All right, we're within 45 degrees, so that's good. 45 degrees of 215. All right, let's activate let's put auto feather on. All right, now the cabin here is pretty much all set up for landing. Capture the localizer here in a moment. Localizer's captured. All right, we're at altitude. Set our power. There's our runways right in front of us. Flaps 1 here in a moment. All right, let's go flaps 1. I don't believe there's any noise abatement here, so we don't have to worry about the engine control. If there was, we could do what's called reduce top landing. We would click on this button right here, reduce end top landing. You would click on that and then put your props all the way forward within a few seconds, and then your prop will still be making the noise of minimum power, but they'll be ready for full power if you need it on the go around. But we're not going to worry about that today. All right, landing gear down. We'll go next level flaps once we start descending. Let's pull our props back, I mean our throttle back a little bit. All right, should be coming into landing here in a moment. Make sure you like and subscribe, become a member, super chat, super thanks. Remember, the best nation is a donation. You want to be best friends? Let's be best friends. Send me some money. Just kidding. Partly kidding. All right, runway is in sight. Alright, let's go next level flaps. It's flaps 10. Localizer is almost captured. I'm sorry, glide slope is almost captured. The trick to landing this thing softly is to land softly. That's my advice. You need to almost come in with like a 1 degree like tilt, not a normal flare, but like almost coming in completely flat. All right, glide slope is captured. Let's pull our throttles back to let's say like 27 or 28. All right, and we will go flaps 15, flaps full here in a moment. Back a little bit more, let's say to 24. Let's set our altitude for a go around, which is, we'll say 4,000 feet. All right, let's go flaps full to flaps 15. Deactivate the autopilot and a yaw dampener, and I have control. Problem with the trim, but I think we're okay now. Oh yeah, we're gonna go around. Let's go around. I had a problem with the trim. The trim wasn't allowing me to get down. We're just going to go to 3,000 feet. All right, flaps up. Flaps up again. That was weird, man. Like the trim was all the way back, and we were still sinking. That's very uncommon. All right, flaps up. Let's go back to climb levers. And we'll go out about 10 miles or so and then spin around again. I'd rather do a go around now than have a shitty landing. We'll get it this time. I'm going to take manual control earlier and adjust the trim right away so I actually have full control over it, because that was, if I knew it was all the way up, like it was all the way nose up, it was all the way back here. Alright, we can go back into MCR. Alright, we're about 6 miles out. Alright, let's go down to 2,000 feet. Captured a glide slope earlier. All right, is pressure still at? It's now 2985, so it's close enough. Let's level out, and then we will swing around again. All right, we're at altitude. Let's swing around. Let's go flaps 1. Set our heading for 240. arm approach mode. Alright, approach mode is now armed. Alright, trim is still good. Landing gear down. Let's arm the auto throttle, the auto feather. Flaps 10. Coming in on round 2. Glide slope is almost captured. Trim is okay. Alright, we're 7 miles out. I'm gonna take control now, actually. No, you know what? Let's leave it like a regular flight. Yeah, let's leave it like a regular flight. We should be capturing the localizer any moment here. Trying to give us enough throttle to keep the trim from going all the way backwards again. All right, we're gonna take manual control. All right, my control. We got control now. All right, let's go flaps 15. Engines up to about 26, 27, somewhere in that area. Now, normal way of thinking would be like we need to move the engines all the way back, but trust me, leave them where they are. Because once we start leveling out, we're going to start losing speed. Maybe not. Usually we lose speed. We're coming in way fast. Way fast. Nice. Very cool. Poor and late flare, but I'll take it, man. That was cool. All right, let's take a look at a couple of things here. think did we take a look at the takeoff already? I don't know, but let's take a look at the landing from the tower. That landing was much better than I thought. I thought it was going to be really fast, like, because we were really fast coming in. No, don't crash, no. No, 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 not the hourglass of death. No, no, no. Come on, no, that's not fair. No! X-Plane is not responding. No, you son of a bitch. No, not close. No, oh, motherfucker. Oh, well. Damn. Well, we'll always have the replay. I guess we can always replay it on shit. Oh, well, that's about it, I guess. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, I will see you guys on the next episode of the Airplane Show. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who turned in, and if you didn't tune in, you missed it. Tell your mama I said hi, and I will see you on the next episode. See ya!